Our top story on The Explainer tonight is about the crisis in the country's education sector that continues to deepen. This is due to a latest development with a 62 billion shillings budget shortfall. Now, this means that thousands of candidates face an uncertain future after Treasury removed the entire budget for examination registration and invigilation in what could perhaps see parents being forced to pay to have learners sit the national examinations. Melita Oletenges reports.
It's crisis after crisis. The education sector, which is already reeling from financial crisis occasioned by delays in disbursement of capitation, forcing learning institutions into huge debts, could be sinking into further troubles. Thousands of candidates facing the risk of missing national examinations owing to lack of budgetary allocations.
So members,
The presentation of the report to the Departmental Committee on Education and Research revealed that the government had failed the test in budgeting for the very basic tenet of education examinations.
But the exams is an activity we know at the end of the year, summative exam assessment has to take place. It is this cost. Then you bring a budget here with zero.
What is wrong with the exams of our children? Does Treasury want to do away with exams, or does it want to communicate to parents to start paying examination fees? You talk straight.
Finding themselves on the hot seat, the PS in charge of basic education, Julius Bitok, and Budget Officer Nehemiah Odera were at pains to explain the anomaly.
We are really engaging National Treasury on this particular matter with the aim of ensuring that we provide the monies that are required so that we can be able to support our children who are doing exams.
On 29th of April, when the cabinet sat, the cabinet gave a direction of rationalizing the budget before it was submitted to the National Assembly. And that is how the rationalization came in. And the examination money was one of the areas that went down.
The reply was laughable and unsatisfactory to the committee.
Chair, please.
Order.
Given that 62 billion had been slashed from the overall education budget.
We shall not write our report without the examination money.
The school examination and invigilation annual requirement was placed at 12.5 billion by the Kenya National Examination Council. The budget policy statement settled on 6 billion, only for no money to be allocated. Another anomaly was the failure to allocate any funding to the quality assurance and standards. The annual requirement was estimated at 600 million and was approved under the budget policy statement, but no money was allocated. The modernization of the Kenya Education Management System (KEMIS) to centralize data on education at all levels of the education system also suffered the same fate, zero allocation. Out of 7.2 billion shillings required for school feeding program, only 3 billion was approved, while free primary school capitation and junior school capitation were reduced by 1.2 billion and 14.7 billion respectively. Earlier, the Teachers Service Commission had also submitted that they have a deficit of 5.7 billion in the financial year 2025-2026 and that they are unable to permanently employ 20,000 intern teachers. Melita Oletenges, Citizen TV.